All right, let's dive right into this explainer and figure out exactly how to run a sting operation on an invisible thief that just might be targeting your property right now. Yep, we're talking about hidden water leaks. Today, we're going to transform you into a full-blown leak detective. We'll get you equipped with the exact strategies you need to read your water meter, interpret those clues, and stop water waste dead in its tracks.
So I want you to ask yourself a question. Is your house leaking money right now? I know, it's a bit of a provocative question, but it perfectly sets the stakes for our investigation here. The harsh reality of plumbing systems is that the longer this invisible culprit goes unnoticed, the more it's silently draining your wallet. Literally every hour, every day that a hidden leak persists, it is artificially inflating your water bills, pouring gallons of your hard-earned money right down the drain.
Because here's the thing, you absolutely cannot wait for the obvious signs. By the time you spot a drip under your bathroom sink, or find a mysterious damp patch in your front yard, the damage is already done. The expenses have already compounded, and that's exactly why we're going to establish a baseline meter check today. We want to uncover the truth long before any physical evidence decides to destroy your drywall.
Section 1. The Stakeout. Finding and preparing your informant.
Every good detective needs a reliable informant, right? Well, yours is usually hiding out somewhere near the curb, in your front yard, or maybe right near where the main water line actually enters your home. To establish your baseline, you'll want to carefully remove any coverings so you've got a crystal clear view of the display or the dials. Grab a notebook, jot down today's date, and just record the reading exactly as you see it. Crucially, don't forget to note the units. Usually you're looking at either gallons or cubic feet.
Moving to Section 2, the sting operation, executing the no-use test.
Okay, to catch a leak in the act, you've got to create a strict no-use window, where absolutely zero water is running in your house. Here's the game plan. First off, double-check that all the water is completely off. We're talking no showers, no laundry, no dishwashers. Second, record that starting meter reading. And then you just wait. 15 minutes is generally enough to catch the obvious stuff, but holding out for 30 to 60 minutes, that's really how you catch those sneaky slow leaks. Finally, head back out there and record your ending reading.
Section 3. Interrogating the suspect. Decoding your specific meter type.
Now, before we look at the results of your sting operation, you actually need to know how to read your specific meter. If you've got a digital meter, you're looking for a numeric reading. And honestly, you might get lucky here, because these often have a specific flow or leak icon that literally flashes to warn you. On the flip side, if you have a traditional dial meter, it relies on physical dials. If a dial moves even a tiny fraction during your no-use test, well, it points directly to an active leak.
Now pay super close attention to this next feature, because it's a detective's best friend. A lot of meters feature what's called a low-flow indicator. This is usually this tiny little wheel or a small triangle right there on the meter face. And this little guy is basically designed to snitch on even the most minuscule, slow-moving water activity. It only rotates at very small flow rates, which makes it the absolute perfect tool for detecting incredibly slow leaks that the main numbers might honestly take hours to register.
Section 4. Following the clues. Tracking down the physical leak. So, if you crunched the numbers and found any difference in your readings after the test window, or maybe you saw that low flow indicator spinning, it's time to hit the pavement. Time to follow the clues and find the physical source. But wait, actually, scratch that. A good investigator always double-checks their facts first. Before you go ripping up floorboards, repeat the baseline test on another day just to confirm consistency. Why? Because some meters might briefly cycle due to standard internal metering behavior or, really infrequent background events. We just want to be absolutely sure we have a real suspect before making a move.
Okay, once you've verified the movement, it's time to run down our lineup of usual suspects. First up, toilets. Listen closely for any continuous water movement in the bowl or maybe a running sound after someone's done using it. This is super often just a faulty flapper or a fill valve issue. Next, inspect your visible plumbing. Look under the sinks, check around your water heater, and examine those appliance hookups for any dripping or dampness. And definitely don't forget to check your supply lines. Finally, think about your irrigation systems. Double-check that hidden irrigation lines or your lawn sprinklers weren't secretly running during your test window.
Now, if that visual sweep doesn't yield any results, we escalate. If your home happens to be equipped with a main shutoff valve, using it is a brilliant interrogation tactic. By shutting off the water right at the house and checking the meter again, you can isolate exactly which side of the property the leak is on. If the meter stops, the leak is inside your home. But if that meter keeps moving, your invisible thief is hiding somewhere underground, right between the meter and the house itself.
Section 5.
calling for backup, when to bring in the professionals.
When it comes down to jurisdiction rules for your property, things are actually pretty clear-cut. If your shutoff test revealed that the meter keeps changing and the issue is on the utility side of the meter, well, it's time to call your local water utility company. However, if the leak is on your side, meaning it's hidden away in the walls, beneath the floors, or buried in those underground lines, you really need to bring in a licensed plumber. Plumbers are basically the heavy artillery here. They completely bypass the guesswork by using specialized pressure testing and advanced leak detection tools to pinpoint the exact location of the breach, way faster than we ever could on our own.
Which brings us to the most important question of this entire explainer. When are you going to schedule your first meter check to stop this invisible thief? Because the knowledge is totally in your hands now. By building a really simple routine to periodically read your meter and execute these tests, you can catch leaks early, protect your home from catastrophic damage, and finally stop wasting your water and your money. So grab a notepad, head out to the curb, and let me ask you one last thing. What secrets is your water meter waiting to tell you right now?